Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Sov. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have two new artifact sets that have officially been confirmed by MiHoYo. I know they were already leaked, but now we have 100% confirmation that these are going to be the substats and the roles that they play. We are going to talk about the Emblem of Severed Fate in particular in this video. We will be talking about the Shiminawa's Reminisce, or whatever that one is, in another video, so make sure you guys come back for that. If you guys like videos like these and you want to make sure you see more videos like these for the algorithm, you gotta like the video, okay? Don't be a bitch. Just hit the button. Takes 2 seconds. Helps the channel out a lot, and also helps you let the algorithm know that you want to see more, all right? Also subscribe so you don't miss any future videos from this channel. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Wow, so the Emblem of Severed Fate. This is going to make some people more viable moving forward as power creep continues to happen. They have to go back and fix some things for older characters that may have a scaling issue when it comes to their substat that does scale. A few come off the top of my head that I prepared for this video just so you guys can see. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at this set, all right? First of all, they do look, it's a really nice looking set. I like the colorway. Check out, ooh, the feather looks really nice. Oh, this is supposed to be the timepiece or the sands, whatever you guys want to call it. Sands, I guess it is called sands, right? Haha, okay. Then we have our goblet, nice. And then our headpiece or circlet, that is fire. I enjoy the way this looks. It would be nice if artifact sets somehow you were able to see the cosmetic on your character. I know it doesn't matter too much, however, it would be a nice little addition, right? Just my thoughts. You guys take that for what it is. You know, let's move forward. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this substat here. 2-piece bonus gives you energy recharge of 20%. Now you may think to yourself, why? Why? Well, energy recharge, I think, is important for a lot of support characters, right? So we usually use it on people that are going to be doing burst damage, or yeah, I guess just burst damage dealers, or maybe healers to help support the rest of the team to go out to do a burst, whether that may be healing or it buffs the rest of the team because of that burst, or it's extra damage. For instance, you have extra damage like Fischl, you have extra damage like Xing Cho. There's a few others out there, but maybe you have Bennett in your party and energy recharge is really important because you need to get that buff up and that heal up at the same time. Maybe you have Jean or somebody like that that has passive healing, Diona. Very important to have energy recharge on these support characters that are going to be buffing or supporting and heals or any other type of stat for the rest of the team. Now, some people, you just want to go through substats and not the main bonuses from the artifact set to get that energy recharge because maybe it's not a priority. But there are some characters, however, that will benefit because it's part of their kit when it scales, and they're all older characters. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. First off, we know the big elephant in the room, Benny. Benny. He's one of the best characters in the game to have on your team, especially when it comes to Spiral Abyss. If he's on one of the teams, that's the harder part of the floor, you know, he can definitely help clear it out a lot faster. He heals. If you have constellations, you can get that buff, at least C1. You can get that attack buff from his ult, and getting his energy recharge up even more, stacking this 26%, huge, with the extra 20% from this is huge. And let's take a look at the 4-piece bonus because we didn't do that just a moment ago. Increases elemental burst damage by 30% of energy recharge. A maximum of 75% damage increase can be obtained this way. That's huge value. Anytime you guys see a damage buff, that is massive, and you always want to put that as a priority into your party or your kit because damage is everything overall, and it's like the final multiplier. It takes all of the damage and then buffs that up. It's not just like the attack, it takes just the base attack and then adds a percentage of that attack on it. No, it's everything at the end, and it boosts that damage completely. It's beautiful. You love to see it. So this is a ton of value here. So the fact that we're seeing a kit like this to put focus on people that have a focus on energy recharge in their kit gives them more viability in the future and to move forward as power creep continues with newer characters and newer weapons, so on and so forth. So Bennett becomes more valuable if you use this on him. He's able to get his ult up faster with energy recharge, which you want that buff, you want those heals, and it also allows him to do more damage with it as well. So it's like a plus win-win. You can't really lose with it. Are there other ways to build Benny? Sure. Yes, why not? Why not? You do want to at least get a large base damage on him because that's the main buff for him. But I digress. Let's move forward from him. Another character that could utilize this, Kaeya. Kaeya also has a substat that gains passively, and that's energy recharge as well. I said that really weird, but you know, English. Anyways, moving forward, Kaeya has gained popularity ever since Dragon Spine came out. And, you know, the Dragon Spine sword that came out, I forgot, the Festering Desire, I believe that's what it's called, that has energy recharge on it. And he has energy recharge in his kit. And not to mention the cryo set that came out, the artifact set that came out around that time, made him a lot more viable than he was previously, and nobody was really sleeping on him anymore. And now he's become, I think, more of the favorites against, like, at least the tall boys, from what I know. But yeah, he's a pretty decent character, and if you plan on doing a freeze comp, he can do a really good amount of damage. So, will this artifact set complement him well? Well, if you plan on him being support, like if you want him as cryo support, I think it will do great and do wonders for him. Because if you put the Festering Desire on him, you put this on him, this set on him, that's a bunch of energy recharge that he's getting and a lot of extra damage from his burst. Now his burst is passive damage, cryo, that just encircles your character that's currently active on the field. So it's really useful to have this if you want to have more uptime on it and, you know, keep getting that extra cryo damage. I think that's really important. Now, any character that has a burst damage or a burst attack that gives you passive damage when they're not on the field, energy recharge, if you want to use them as just a burst damage dealer, that's what you want to use it at, burst damage dealer and support. This is giving the opportunity to give burst damage dealers and support characters more damage. That little rant is out of the way. Let's move on to the next character that I think is going to be able to use this, and that is Mona. Old thicky thickness, good old Mona. We all love Mona. You know, she's still up there, top 3 thickness in Genshin Impact. She also has energy recharge that is scaling with her level, so she will be able to benefit if you use Mona as a burst, which I honestly don't know of anyone. I don't really see anyone using Mona as a main damage dealer, like she's just on the field all the time. Yeah, so burst damage dealer, this will benefit her if you use her just as a burst damage dealer. Now, there are other ways, obviously, to do things and get big damage out of her already. We know this, but, you know, here's another way. There's another way. That's all you need to know. Mona's great. We all love her. I don't have her, probably never will, because I don't wish on the normal banner. I wonder why they never gave Mona a banner. Is she too thick? Is that why? I don't know. But let's move along. The next person, and probably the most broken still in the game, Venti. Venti, if you didn't already know, has energy recharge that scales. Venti getting his ult back is already insanely easy because the amount of enemies that he groups up together is kind of broken, but we all love it. So you don't need this to run on Venti, but if you want to, Elemental Mastery works great as well, but you can stack even more damage now. I think somebody's going to have to do some actual data pulls here and do the math to see what's better. If energy recharge scaling this way with this new artifact set is better, or if Elemental Mastery is still better for him when it comes to overall damage, if you want to use him just as a burst damage dealer. So I'm not the guy for that. Not at all. I don't have the time to do the math on that. I like to read up on it, but I'm not the one that's going to do it for you. I'm sure somebody else will do it, but you could test this out yourself. Like I always say, it doesn't matter what any scaler tells you. Whoever is the best of the best, Your circumstances will always be different because this is a gacha game and it's RNG, so you're never going to have the same stats as somebody else. And if you do, then you're just lucky. So with all these 4 people here, guys, you do want to make sure that they are a burst dealer. All right, you're not going to be using this on a main damage dealer because it's focused on their burst damage always, and you're not always going to be able to do that unless you have someone that groups enemies together. For instance, you could possibly use this on Kazuya because he sucks all the enemies up to himself, and then he bursts, and then he sucks all the enemies up to in that burst, and they can never leave, they can never escape. So this might be beneficial. I still think that Elemental Mastery might be the way to go on him, but you know, when you're talking about a 30% damage boost overall, we don't really know until people start trying and testing it out themselves. For the time being, I think Elemental Mastery still might be king when it comes to Anemo characters, but we'll see as time goes on. But that's gonna be this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What character and what teams would you use this on, and how would you use this? Would you use it on a main damage dealer? I'd like to know. Leave a comment down below if you guys haven't done so already. And once again, if you do like videos like these talking about Genshin Impact, make sure you hit the like button, not just for this video's sake, but for the algorithm, and so you see more Genshin Impact videos show up in your recommended lists. If you guys do want to see more videos of mine, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.